total crypto market dropped like 18% and now down 13%. From my call to take profit in BTC at around $57,000, we dropped like 10,000 USD, and it took the altcoin market with it. After the first drop, this is what I informed my patrons, and yes, for those who were prepared, it was a day of shopping because the RSI, if you see there, had a lot of room to run to the downside and the support was way down, right? So, if you are ready to buy. Okay, now that we dropped 10, 20, 30% in different assets, I would like to inform what I see in the charts and why I think XRP is about to start its 10 to 50x rally, its monster wave, which it usually do. Now, that would be after we bottom from this dip. As we are dropping, I told this to my patrons, like we have the next support here, so those who are prepared can buy back lower or add on to reduce their average, and I showed them why I think so. And then this happened, we came back down, it bounced at the 50-day moving average. Now from here I will try to explain why I think the market is going for a monster rally in XRP among other assets. Now one of these reasons, you have to understand there would be a comparison between XRP BTC pair here and Ether BTC pair, and that divergence itself shows you that money will be moving from one asset to another. So there would always be consolidation and there would be monster rides in one asset when other one is correcting or consolidating. Now here I anticipate Ether to consolidate and move down to its support, then gain momentum and move to the upside. But before that, you'll have to check out other assets too because they are also going to pump. Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Just in last week's video, I told you guys that upcoming crash is there and you have to be prepared. And 3-4 days before, I told everything crash is coming, how to preserve your portfolio. Now what really happens with guys they're not completely ready. They only want these green days where their portfolio is going up. But what they don't understand is, say you put in $100,000 and in a month or two, if it is 200, you should expect it to drop 150. Because if you're holding and accumulating more, next time when it goes up, it would be 300. The next time you'll come back all the way down to 220, 250. That's fine. Then you add and you move. Next time it's going to reach 400, 450, and that's how you do this. That's how you make your money. Now this is the altcoin market cap in a 3-day chart, and I showed you guys this before, right? And what did I explain? I personally see that we reached an all-time high, and based on history, we used to correct there. We used to consolidate there. In one of my videos, I highlighted 8 to 10 months of consolidation is also possible because in the history, that's the case. So if you are looking at this, you can see back in 2014, this was the high. When we came back up in 2016, we came there, we did 40% drop at first. And then we went back up, created a new high, and again corrected 38%. So kind of 40% correction should be anticipated. Now, this is also a reaccumulation zone for this particular asset class, right? If you accumulated here, for you, this is reaccumulation. If you didn't, you are getting the first chance in the reaccumulation. But whatever is the case, you had that opportunity. Now, why do you think that's an opportunity? Because the fundamentals are so aligned towards this digital era where the central bank digital currencies are going to move in. You do have to understand there would always be shadows, clouds of doubts. Once you do the proper research and look at the long-term outcome, at least what you can expect, that's how you actually make money. For those who were prepared, say taking their profits when we take after reaching the target. Now, what do we do usually after we reach the target? Or at least 99% to that. We take our profit and step aside. Wait for something like this. And then I kind of inform them this, right? So right now we have around 928 patrons, and most of them or all of them saw this at time. Now, if you look at the RSI, the drop, you had that is till the bottom. Now, first support level is around 38,500 towards 41,500. That's this range of previous high here. So once we are dropping to that level, then you can consider buying it back. But looking at the indicators, say the RSI is dropping and it's reaching the bottom. Still, you can see here in this particular case, MACD was still at the half. So it still had room to go to the downside, and it did move to the downside. But look at this, the price actually bottomed. It was just the consolidation which was left, and it did that. Now this is on a daily chart, and you can see 10 days of consolidation before we started moving up, creating a double bottom, right? So you had kind of a head and shoulder pattern in the 4-hour, then you went down, after which you made a double bottom reversal and went up. Now, this is XRP, which I posted previously. Now, if you look at this one, you can correctly see a rounded bottom pattern, after which we broke to the upside, and then a rising trend line. Now, if you are looking at that again, we came all the way back down. Cool, fine. We hit the 50-day moving average. We bounced. Now, this was like yesterday. I posted this yesterday. Now, if you go back to XRP on a real time, this is what you see. You have to personally look at this in a way that this wick is bullish, because the price came back down here to the 50-day moving average, and it's going back up. Now, when it closes this day, you have to get proper attention at that point. If it's crossing at this point and closing there, understand one thing, there were smart money in the market who were properly looking at the market to buy this opportunity. Because when the amateurs sold and reached till here, you know, that panic mode, there were guys who were buying this asset. Now, if we are closing about this particular level, which is 0.48, that's bullish. Not even consolidation, that's bullish. Now, when I say consolidation, people kind of think, okay, we didn't move much up. Why should we consolidate? Look at the move up, which we did. You can call it a pump and dump, but it was still a 200% up. And then we came back up, retested that, and we are coming here. So if we are breaking here, you should anticipate a consolidation where the MACD directs you to that way. Say this one, the MACD crossed, then the RSI was moving to the downside. Now here it's the same case, and we had a lot more downside from that, right? Last time when we did this, here in the recent past, we came all the way down 60% down. Am I saying we are going to go down 60%? Personally, I don't think so. Now, why I don't think so? This is the reason for that. XRP BTC pair actually shows this. Now, what does this mean? You are at the all-time low, and look at the MACD here. That's really important. Now, don't get confused with MACD. It's the moving averages, right? So it actually shows you that convergence and divergence, how this really is happening. So when you are looking at this, there is a possibility of MACD crossing to the upside. Now go back in history and look at whenever the price was at these lows, and when the MACD crossed to the upside, what happened? Past, there was like 20x. Here was like 50x. Now that was against BTC, which was also going up at the same time. So if you are considering that in terms of USD, it should be even higher. But being conservative, you can still look at this 10 to 50x gains. Now, why I say money is going to move from one asset to another? Look at the Ether BTC. You can still see we are moving in this particular pattern where, you know, we have that widening channel here. But look at the RSI. We crossed down, we came back up, retested this point, and we are going back down. And when we are going back down in RSI, you're also getting the MACD to the crossing to the downside on a weekly chart. So that's significantly consolidatively bearish. Why? Because we are in a bull market and you're going to consolidate. Now that's fine. If you're a long-term investor, these are just noise and you're trying to accumulate the asset which you believe in. But for me, this is the asset which I believe in and which I still see as a huge opportunity because it's gonna pop in a monster rally. Now that's what I believe. I can be wrong, but till now I think we were kind of spot on. So this is the altcoin market which I showed you previously, right? If you look at this again and go back to the previous one, which is this 2014 to 2016, you can clearly see that the opportunity is there. Now, if you don't see that, that's not my problem, but at least I'm trying to show you guys that. If I actually take you guys towards 3-day chart or a weekly chart so that it's easy for you, you can see like this. Come on, how can you actually deny that this is not an opportunity? Because for me, it definitely looks like a huge opportunity. Why? Because you take the measured move here from the bottom till the top, because if you are going to try to chase this, you kind of end up with a rounded bottom pattern here, and that's perfect. You had that 600% to the upside, and once you broke retest and after the consolidation, it went how much? You see that? You were anticipating a 600% gain and the price went like a monster. So those who were just anticipating the 600% was kind of out here, but those who were holding on for that monster wave reached that target. Now, look at how much it actually did before it was consolidating in its first distributional phase in that rally. It was like 3,500% and then a drop and then going back up. So that was like 4,500%. So that's 45x. If you are making such money, you should understand there should be financial maturity. Why? We dropped 58% before we went up again. After which, if you are looking at this clearly, I'll just take all of these out so it's clear for you. And then look, it's again a 50% drop. So a couple of drops in 50% before we went up again. So from that bottom, if you are calculating, the next drop was again 10x. So those who were in this market from the bottom till the top made at least 320x the money which they put in. Now that's not the maximum you can make in this market, because when the altcoin market is showing you 32,000%, there are some which gains 100,000%, which gains 50,000%. So you should be in the right coins if you are looking at maximizing your profit. Now if you are looking at increasing your profit by reducing your risk, that's better. You can look at some assets which are going to give you the average which we see here or something little. Say 20,000% is not also a bad deal. 200x your money is never a bad deal. Now you try to connect these lines. See, this is a resistance. You kind of plot this here. Okay, that's fine. So what do you end up with? Wow. So that rising trend line is clear. Now, when I teach my patrons in Diamond and Diamond Plus levels, they are understanding this clearly right now. They are like, okay, so you explained that previously. Now I can see that in the chart and I do understand this. Now that's why my portfolio is in profit. But at the same time, do understand you have trend lines which you have to follow in different assets. Now this is for the general market, which is the altcoin market here. Now, if you are extending this particular line to the top, you would think, okay, we are just making this up, but after the correction, you still have a monster rally to do. That is not something small. That's 12,000% from here. Now you can't deny saying we won't go 12,000%, because even if you are looking at this consolidation here, from that consolidation we went 32,000%. Those who were in the bottom and holded it till the top made the most with that 110,000%, which is 1,100x your money. Now, if you are making money, you should be understanding there are efforts behind this, right? So if you want to become the patron of SI, the scientific investor, and get through these charts, ideas, and the proper financial education with technical analysis and the support like these, when you are in a bear market, when you are dumping, when you're crashing, you need ideas. You need to see different assets and what they are doing at that time, right? You need to know what really is anticipated to see where you are, because when you are reaching target, you're taking your money and staying aside, right? Whenever you take your money, you are staying outside. So for me, that's a target achieved. Okay, what does that mean? See, if now I'll just take a polyline and try to draw this here. Just a second, I'll just drop this chart to the downside so it's clear for you. Now, if you are looking at this, there can be a correction in every area. So this can be a three-wave structure where you are looking at this market, and you can kind of anticipate this as, you know, there would be a correction at every stage. There would be kind of three-wave structures. Now, if you are in one market, it's okay, it's cool. You have to look at which wave it's running through. If it's the second wave, okay, you are going to look at a correction and then a pop through the third, where you would be taking profit somewhere here because you don't know where it's going to top, right? Similar way, now you can look at different markets, and for me, I think the second wave is going to start monstrous for XRP. As I explained in the previous video, when the altcoin market is going to take off for its third wave to the upside, after first, second, then third, there can be a correction in the altcoin market. But if you get that opportunity to accumulate an asset which is still in its second wave, and it still has one more wave, that means the statement made by Brad Garlinghouse previously about altcoins, saying 99% of the altcoins may go away, it's kind of looking cool, even with the charts. Because why? The money would be moving from one asset to another, where you have room to the upside. The ROI is higher, right? People look at the ROI in different assets and rebalance their portfolio. And I am getting messages saying, thank you, buddy, for putting that digest out. We compare 20, 30 different assets and what their ROI in the cycle would be looking like, and then what you will get if you enter from this particular point. So that helps your portfolio to rebalance, right? If you want to do that. Now look at these fundamentals. It's clearly showing you that the adoption rate is there, even though we don't have much of a regulatory clarity. Now, shout out to Carolyn for putting this one out. And if you look at this one, it's kind of, clear. She tweeted this one back in February 9th. But look at this. Ripple can't sell the XRP because it's locked in escrow. Cool. It can be destroyed. Okay. XRP would go on without Ripple and with a much smaller supply. At least that's what I'd expect to happen. Now, if that happens, literally what you're seeing here in the monstrous rally of the third wave in altcoin and the second wave for XRP would be monstrous. If you want to look at that, go back on a weekly or monthly chart in XRP, zoom out, look at this. If we are going to start this, I know there are going to be a lot of naysayers who are going to step out, who are going to move out, who are going to trash you, but the day you start making profits, they will re-enter the market, chase the price, and they will start averaging up and lose against the market. Even though they will be up in dollar terms, they won't be up in the terms of XRP. You have to understand that. So understanding the market is really important. Understanding the technicals is really important. You do the fundamentals, you go through the news updates and look at what really is coming. And this kind of shows you, okay, this is coming from Bill. Okay, what does that mean? If you have less money than Elon, you should probably watch out for Bitcoin's volatility. Okay, now in one sense, for me, I look at this and I'm like, okay, he's kind of saying there is opportunity in this market. There is a lot of volatility, because if you want to make money, you need volatility, because without volatility, you are not able to make money, right? If the price is not moving, how would you actually make money? So if I actually go to BTC USD chart on Coin Paprika, not the coin market cap one, right? So here, for me, I plotted this chart way before. I don't know how many of you remember that, but I kind of showed you guys this. Now, I had my own reasoning for that, and I did all as I understood from the technicals, right? If I am taking this particular chart in different manner, this is a monthly chart, and I'm doing that again for you guys to understand what really is happening in the market. You put that direction from this top, this top, this top, and you get that accurately. So this trend angle there, you look at what the angle of upside here is, like 25%. Cool, great, fine, you made that gains. Wow. Now this is 11%. Great. Now the question is, where will we go? Now based on math, you would anticipate it to be somewhere here, right? This was 25, this is 11. So if you put that, even, if you are pinpointing this, it can be a little bit up, little bit down, but still you would be somewhere closer to this. Now, if you look at the general market again, you'll also understand the first wave of this asset was like this, second and third. Now this is fourth one. So we are kind of like, okay, the theories, the textbook pattern shows us like usually we have 3 waves to the upside and the fourth one should be a corrective wave. So if we are going to go down from here, turn around, that would be like that 1, 2, 3 and then down. But you can argue that how can that literally happen, because we see a lot of institutions getting on this, buying this asset. Now that's what at least the news says. So if they just stated this, you'll also have to be prepared. Now, and in my end, this is what the textbook suggests, this is what I have learned, this is what I've seen in many different assets. So it's better for me to stay out of this particular market and to enter into an asset which shows a huge opportunity in terms of BTC, in terms of USD, in terms of Ether. It's a huge opportunity. So for me, it's better to stay here, and I'm staying strong. I hope you guys received value for your time, and if you really did, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you want charts for different assets in your portfolio like these, you can look at the Patreon, the link is given in the description. But I would suggest start from the 1st of next month so that you don't pay extra in this month. Say it's only 4 days left and you don't want to pay double time, right? So if you want these charts right now, if you don't understand your portfolio, it's better you can enter in a basic tier, say $5, $10, $25 tier, and then after 1st of the month, you can upgrade. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.